Yo guys, what is going on? It's Galji007 here with another episode of D&D style RPG. If you haven't checked out the last video, you definitely have to check it out because something amazing happened. I'm debating whether saying it now just because I don't want you guys to start with this video without knowing what happened in the last episode. So just check it out. Actually, definitely check it out because you won't believe it. It's first time too. But anyways, last time we ended up here. We are with Nerissa. We're trying to go into the temple. And we're deciding whether we just want to knock on the front door or if we want to find a creative way. I do think that knocking on the door is not the best idea. I would personally, in real life, I would probably knock on the door. But in the game, I'm going to try to be sneaky. I'm a mage, so I'm sure I can concoct something that would help me do that. So let's go find a creative way. We do it your way then, Nerissa whispers when she sees the result of the coin toss. I can ask Alathia to grant us protection from evil possessions. However, the protection will only last a few minutes and I can cast it but once per day. You have encountered this evil spirit before. Do you expect it to attack us we approach? It may take some time to get in and longer still to find the beast. It would be wise to save the spell, you say. Gorgon's ring protects you from the city seers, which has likely kept you free since you escaped from the dungeon. You doubt, however, that the ring offers protection against possessions. Wards on items are typically very specific. Well, burglar, how shall we enter? Perhaps you could climb the ivy up the one of those balconies? I have a rope you could throw down to me after you make the climb, says Nerissa. You carry rope? You do not? I thought you fancied yourself an adventurer, she says with a half smile. And why must I climb? Do I look like a cat to you? You ask. Chivalry. She is frowning now. You are more a knight than I. Of the two of us, you wear the armor, you protest. Precisely. How can I climb with all this weighing me down? She motions at her body. Well, I have a spell that will allow me to climb like a spider, you say thoughtfully, although would they not expect an intruder to enter by the balcony? My guess is that they have taken precautions we cannot see. There might be a door along the side or back walls of the temple. A secret evil cult might want a secret back exit. Nerissa shrugs. I see only a smooth wall. If you have a way to find a hidden door, it is worth a try. Otherwise, we will look rather conspicuous running our hands along the temple as though massaging a horse. That's pretty funny. She's clever. She's funny. What do you do? We don't have a lot of mana, so we definitely want to save it for another, maybe like like a fire spell or something like that. Climbing the ivy is probably the best one. How prepared do we think they are, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think they would be that prepared. But I do agree that there should be maybe like a secret door. Wow, this is tough. This is very tough. We're gonna climb the ivy, I think. How would I carry her though, right? Ah, so many choices. They're so hard. We're gonna climb the ivy. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no, that's the wrong choice. The vine seems sturdy enough, so you begin climbing up them. When you're about 20 feet in the air, you notice the vines above are slightly lighter color. You are tired and close to the balcony, so you foolishly keep going. Sure enough, the lighter color vines shredded under your grip and thorns spring out, slicing your hands despite yourself. You cry out in pain as you fall to the ground. I suppose the vines would have been too easy, you say as you try to stand, but a sharp pain in your leg prevents you. You move like an excellent burglar. Well, into that last bit, Nerissa smiles at you as she kneels down and says a prayer. She then lays her hand on your leg, relieving the pain. I am afraid that is about all the favor my goddess will give us this day. We will need to be more careful from now on, she says. You stand up and look around. Everything is quiet. What do? Alright, so everything is quiet. So nobody heard us, which is good. I should have known that the vines would break. Although she's mocking us. I think it's so weird that she's mocking us, but she was the one that suggested that idea. Maybe we should say something back, you know. This time, again, I want to conserve the mana, so we're going to go for a look for our secret door. I think it would be less conspicuous if we act as though we were a married couple. Shall we hold hands as we inspect the fine craftsmanship you suggest? No, Nerissa chuckles. You have not seen her laugh before. It is very nice. There is no way to search a long wall inconspicuously. It is best that we simply work fast. And so the two of you trot down to the wall and begin running your hands along the smooth marble, feeling for cracks or indentations. My key! It will vibrate near a lock, you realize. You pull out the master key and gently slide it along the wall as you walk. Finally, on the back of the temple, the key vibrates. Here, you whisper excitedly. The two of you inspect the wall closely, but can see nothing unusual. You decide to follow the intensity of the key vibration to home on the lock. After some time of careful sliding and prodding, the key goes into the wall. As soon as it is in, the outline of a door appears, hidden under a powerful illusion. You say with a satisfied smile. The door opens into darkness. Nerissa lights a lantern and enters first. The air stinks of rotten meat. Like the outer wall, the hallway is made of polished granite. The door shuts behind you as though sensing you are inside. With some trepidation, you move forward. Suddenly, there is a snarl, and out of the darkness springs a gray-skinned man with a manacle around his neck with a chain trailing behind. Its body appears to be rotten. Wow, that looks creepy. That's a zombie, if I've ever seen one. The man, or monsters as it were, charges straight at Nerissa and tries to grab her. However, she twists out of his grasp. What do? We don't want to let Nerissa handle it, even though I'm sure she could. These are such tough decisions in this chapter. I think she would be able to handle it, but I would look like a coward if I don't try to help. But the only abilities that I have require mana. So we're going to just burn it. Mana decreased by 2, moral by 1. A bolt of fire should be enough to do a lot of damage to this monster without hitting Nerissa. You speak the arcane words, feel the sudden heat in your hands, and then hurl the bolt of fire. You strike the creature in its side and it immediately catches fire. It hisses and turns towards you. Nerissa slams the thing in the back of the head, sending gore all over you. It falls to the floor and lies motionless. Nerissa bashes it on the ground several times, sending more grisly debris all over. I hate ghouls, she says, panting. Is that what that was? Temple of Eternal Love? Neville Scat? There is no love there, you exclaim as you point to the ghoul's body. Is this not grounds for getting reinforcements and storming this place? It does not speak well of this temple, she answered. Not speak well? There lies a monster, raised from the dead, chained up as though a guard dog. Well, our clerics are spread out due to reports of much evil in the city. Since we are in here now, let us take a look around to better understand our enemy. Now, Risa, I want to pause here because I do not think that's smart. This is what I always say, like when I'm watching shows and like cop shows. I don't watch a lot of cop shows, but when I do, it's like, say, why don't you just go back for reinforcement? You already have what you need, you know? Like she can get the guards. She doesn't need the clerics. But you decide to move forward and just put yourself in like danger. I think that's so silly. Let's see. You do not agree with the need for more investigation. However, you grudgingly follow her lead. Nerissa finds a door leading out into a torch-lit hall. There are voices nearby. The two of you creep along the wall, which leads to a balcony, overlooking a large ceremonial chamber. Below are people, or so you presume, wearing long yellow robes and smooth purple masks. Most of them are prostrated before a blood-stained altar. Atop the altar is a woman who is tied and gagged. You recognize the young woman as Siba. No, Siba! That's where you are. Oh, Lord, no. We gotta save her. We're gonna try to save her. Oh, Siba, bound and helpless again. You would shake your head in disgust if the situation did not look so dire, for only a few feet above the struggling and crying woman floats the shadow, its red, blurry and shifting eyes regarding its prey. Now that you have time to better study this phantom in good lighting, you recognize it, the malevolent spirit from Castle Inverness. Although this phantom has no mouth, you recognize the icy voice that now speaks. You will give me a true body. No longer will I be a guest here. You will merge me with the soul of one born into this world, who will make this offering. I will, my lord. One of the figures steps forward and reverently takes off his robe and mask and sets it before the altar. It is a man in gleaming plate mail armor. Baron Tertiau? You look over and meet Nerissa's eyes. Evidently, she is just as surprised as you. The congregation begins chanting, swaying, and prostrating themselves before the altar. The chanting is in a combination of Infernal, the language of nightmare dimensions, and Merdith, an even older language seldom used now outside of the most ancient of beings, such as dragons, angels, demons, and the like. You do not know this language as well, and so can only understand bits and pieces. However, it appears to be a sacrificial ceremony to the god of the undead, Nerul. At one point, the Baron stands up, brings a scroll up, and addresses the shadow directly. Onru Satith Duranet Lechinea Walath. The Baron keeps intoning names after name in Mardith. You look over and meet Nerissa's frightened eyes. Obviously, she understands what you just realized, that this shadow is no mere ghost or dark poltergeist, but a demon. It is the structure of the name that gives it away. A litany of names, really. The first denoting the demon, the second name that of the demon's master in the abyss, and then his master's master, and on up to the supreme demon lord. Finally, the Baron finishes the full name of the beast and says, "We invite you to join our world." He then points to Siba on the altar. "We offer this flesh. We ask you to join the soul within, to bond to our world until the end of time." Having finished this intonation, the Baron climbs the dais, picks up a jeweled encrusted dagger, cuts Siba's bare tie, puts the dagger back on the altar, and begins licking and sucking at the wound. Another member of the congregation steps forward and removes mask and robe to reveal a nude woman who you recognize as the wife of the wealthy local merchant. Tattooed on her back is the mark of Nerul. She picks up the dagger, cuts Siba's arm, and begins sucking the wound. Another member, a guildmaster of much repute, disrobes to reveal Nerul's mark on his naked body as well. He follows the same ritual as the others. Oh wow, look, they're biting her. Poor Siba, no! Perhaps the children of Nerul and the Temple of Eternal Love are one and the same, you wonder. The sucklers interrupt their feeding from time to time in order to dab some blood on their fingers and fingerprint symbols on and around the altar. Meanwhile, Siba struggles against her bonds and cries into her gag. "Murderous villains!" Nerissa yells. The ritual stops and the entire congregation looks up. Apparently, Nerissa could not stand by and watch this woman be bled to death. You respect her courage and morality, but not so much her tactical instincts. The demon's red eyes fix on the two of you. Nerissa says a short prayer and puts a hand on your shoulder. Tingling spreads throughout your body. "Stay near me, and you will be protected by Alathia," she tells you. The demon streaks towards you at a terrific speed, but stops several feet away as though he had struck a wall. "I am your vessel, my lord," the Baron proclaimed up to the demon with outstretched arms. The shadow dives down into the Baron's armored body. Immediately, the Baron glares up at you and shouts, "Bring him to me!" The Baron then leaps onto the wall and begins climbing towards you like a spider. Oh, he must have the same spell that I do. "Why do we stand here? Run!" You shove Nerissa. Cover the exits below. I will guard those above, shouts the demon-possessed Baron. The two of you dash towards the way you came in, but you can hear many footsteps coming from that direction. They have cut you off without thought as to where you're going. You run together down a long hallway with many doors. Your pursuers are not inside, but you can hear them shout all around. What do you do? Holy moly, guys, what an episode. I am so invested in this game, guys. You guys have no idea. I know I upload like one video per week, and I'm trying to do better. I just have to find the time. But this chapter is just, it's so crazy how much it's happening. I can't believe Narisa put us in a situation like that, but honestly, maybe I should have done that. I should have yelled because we couldn't see our friend just be suffering there. Although I think she's a little crazy. But that's so crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen next. We gotta find a way out or hide in one of the rooms. Honestly, I don't know why we can't use the key, but that's not one of the options. We should be able to use the key and then exit like we were gonna do in Narisa's castle. But anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. If you find value or you just find enjoyment in this type of content, please make sure you show me some love by liking, subscribing, sharing it with a couple friends, even leaving a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. This has probably been one of my favorite episodes here. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. But I'll catch you guys on the next time and see you later.